The first problem is the accessibility of the physical library. The school library is the best place to find books, but it needs to be open under the supervision of librarians. However, the librarians may not be available all the time. Secondly, the students' attitudes have also shifted. They have changed their reading habits, partly due to COVID-19 pandemic. Now they prefer to read books on screen rather than physical books. With the two problems in mind, our group have decided to design a prototype robot that can represent a human librarian. Let's take a look at our creation, a humanoid librarian. Over to you, Amatullah.
Thank you, Mama. Before you look at the prototype, let me tell you what happened before it's created. You may wonder, why have we decided on a humanoid? Let me explain the process behind this prototype. First, our group observed students' behavior in the library. We also interviewed some students asking them about the problems they have when reading in the school library. We then identified two main problems. One, we do not have enough librarians during the school hours. Two, students are not motivated to read physical books. Therefore, we came up with the idea of a humanoid librarian prototype. This robot should be able to be controlled remotely, communicate with students, carry books, move around, and to dispense books, just like a human librarian. Then, we built the prototype. We created an avatar animated virtual by coding using the Scratch by MIT program. The robot prototype was built using recyclable materials such as cardboard, clothes, and a box. The robot is pretty. It has a doll face. The body of the robot is rather boxy, as it is made of a box to store books, slots for a tablet, and to dispense books, and wheels to move. It is battery operated with motorized parts. Choice of books are displayed via the tablet's monitor and dispensed using a push-button system. We programmed the robot using a Raspberry Pi program, and the robot moves with sensors. Finally, we tested the robot for avatar interaction, ability to move, and ability to store and dispense books. Are you excited to know more? Let's see what Sufisha has in store for you. Over to you, Sufisha.
Thank you, Amatullah. Now, do you want to see our humanoid robot? Here it goes! We named it Sufama, taken from our own names, Sufisha, Amatullah, and Umama. Sufama is friendly and she can communicate in different languages such as Malay, English, and Mandarin. All these are possible with the virtual avatars. The robot can carry a few physical books and will be able to dispense books via the push motor button feature. It can move for a distance using the battery for power and sensors for direction. All these can be programmed remotely by librarians, and this will solve the problem of students not being able to access the physical library. Another interesting feature of Sufama is that she is available 24/7, which means the students don't have to wait for a teacher or a librarian to open the library for them. Sufama will walk along the corridor or at the canteen, and you can stop her at any time. The animated virtual avatar will help to connect to students' interests. Since this is a prototype, further work will include making it more sturdy using commercially available products, and to work on remote programming using virtual network computing remote desktop control, and to add a global positioning satellite, a GPS module for further movement. In brief, Sufama can work like a real librarian. Interesting, is it not? Imagine you have a library brought to you wherever you are. Now, let's pass over to Umama to wrap up this presentation. Over to you, Umama.
Thank you, Sufisha. Now that you know the problems and how we managed to solve them, let me recap a few pointers. Sufama, a humanoid librarian, is an example of artificial intelligence meeting physical items. It will help students to read physical books and facilitate librarians. With further work, Sufama should appeal to all libraries, bookshops, book cafes, and community centers around the world.
With that, PS I Love You team is signing off. Pusat Sumber I Love You!